I think it's gonna be funny when the generation that's grown up playing like, I would say air quote modern video games.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Relatively, it's like gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be so weird because like we want to think we'll be the cool grandparents, but we're just still gonna end up being like, oh, I remember when we had a Wii U and it only had one controller with a gamepad on it, and they're using like virtual reality gear. Like, shut up, Grandpa! I don't care what you have to say.
Like, you kids today. That's how I am now, and I'm only 22.
What's up, guys? I'm McLean Tate from Digi Bytes, and this is the third episode of the Nerdolution podcast. I'm joined by co-hosts. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, actually?
I'm your usual person who's here again, and I'm Benji, your executive video editor. I'm from the UK, and I'm currently dying in Dragon's Dogma. Darker Arisen. Yes. I'm getting my ass handed to me pretty badly right now. Yeah.
I'm Matt.
Okay, it's good to know, guys.
I was like, is Alana gonna introduce herself? I was like, I didn't want to like introduce ourselves at the same time. Okay, I'm Matt. I'm the super special secret guest that sometimes comes on the show.
It doesn't seem to be a guest as often.
At random intervals, and I am not dying in Dragon's Dogma currently.
That's a plus, I guess.
It said he's dying in WoW.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Elena, and I'm from Canada, and that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
our tech news editor.
Oh yeah, you know,
There we go.
I'm that
Yeah.
too, but
Big deal.
Yes.
Before we start things off, though, an article went up on our site the other day detailing. Actually, I put it up. I put up.
I'm claiming the claim for this. I put this article up.
It was basically an overview of what I thought were the biggest games that were going to be shown off on E3 and I just wanted to do a quick chat. Like, what games are you guys most looking forward to at E3 when it kicks off? And almost exactly a month now, 31 days.
31 days.
31 days. E3 will be here. Is there any specific games that you guys are most excited about? I mean,
Well,
Assassin's Creed 4.
Assassin's Creed 4.
Ew.
Piratey.
Yeah, only because of the pirates. I was gonna give up Assassin's Creed, and then it was like pirates, and I'm like,
Pirates everywhere. Battlefield 4 might be interesting to see.
It will.
Yeah, it'll be. They always do something good, so I can't wait. And then they got Dragon Age 3, but then again, I was always disappointed because obviously it's Dragon Age 3 Inquisition. So.
You're disappointed with Dragon Age 3?
I always get just disappointed with all Dragon Ages.
I don't know. I always thought Dragon Age was kind of like, it just felt like, to me, it felt kind of like Bioshock, or not Bioshock, Mass Effect, except medieval.
But the main thing I think I'll be looking at is Final Fantasy, well, the PS4 Final Fantasy, because that's going to be there as well.
Oh, well, like a playable. Okay.
I don't know if it'd be playable or not, but it's probably just be another trailer. It's going to be the exact same trailer as before. You go like, oh great, thanks guys.
I'm so excited for this.
Not another trailer.
I'm really excited for there's a bunch of Mario games that are gonna be shown off for the Wii U. One's coming from the guys who made Mario Galaxy, which that should be cool. Mario Galaxy is probably my favorite Mario game that they've made so far. And then Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U is gonna be shown off. Mario Kart for the Wii U is gonna be shown off. Pikmin 3 is gonna be there. Bunch of big platformer games that look really cool.
Pikmin 3 is gonna be good.
Pikmin 3.
I
Pikmin.
Okay, so it finally took me a while, but I got a list of the games.
Yeah, it took me a while to find that as well. I can't find it. Why are you telling me these things?
I'm kind of excited to learn about Destiny because I saw a little bit of it, and I wasn't totally like disgusted by it, so that was a plus.
Yeah.
I was like, it looks okay. It doesn't like they weren't trying to like overly, in my opinion, like oversell it from just like cinematics. So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
What I don't like is they're making another Mario and Luigi RPG
Luigi.
because
We
my
love
favorite
Luigi.
was Superstar Saga for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
I know there was a Mario RPG for the Nintendo 64 before that, but I think after the one on the Game Boy, they were kind of like scrounging for new ideas for that.
Yeah.
Because like it's the same, it's basically the same game except they change a little bit up about like maybe a little bit about the plot, but it plays exactly the same like the others. Like, so I don't know, it kind of feels repetitive a little bit.
I'm just gonna point out that a lot of Mario games are the same. It's like, man, Bowser takes Peach, but better go save her. Better go save her.
Not Mario
She's not
Golf
in.
World
She's not in this
Tour.
castle. She's not in this castle.
Mario Golf World Tour is coming out for the Wii U.
Ooh.
You don't have to fight Bowser.
No,
that's
you
that's
just
gonna be
have to-
exciting.
you
Okay,
can play
Mario Golf can be fun sometimes.
Mario
So
Mario Tennis is a lot of fun though.
Mario
Oh,
Tennis is the greatest game ever made.
love
So
Mario Tennis.
Does
So
anybody
apparently they're announcing Super Smash Brothers 4
I'm a tennis person.
at
Okay.
E3.
I like tennis.
Bit of tennis is always nice.
Mario
Yeah.
Tennis inspired me to learn tennis in real life, so that's good.
Well, so you can do special moves, special Mario moves in the end. I
Yeah, my special move is when I go to serve it, it gets stuck in the little triangle space right below.
Uh,
is anybody excited for Pokemon X and Y for the 3DS? They're gonna
No.
be shown off there.
I secretly am.
I'd be excited if I had a 3DS.
Benji, why do you do this to me?
I can't help it. I looked at the pictures of it and I thought, oh my
Benji,
god, it's in 3D.
Benji.
It's in
Don't
3D.
do this.
It's in
It
3D.
doesn't. Benji, you disappoint, man.
My
I'm
childhood
starting to
nostalgia.
boycott a Pokemon. I'm just gonna do it.
Boyhood nostalgia is just coming back.
Yeah,
like
you keep buy a
Pokemon.
game just off nostalgia.
Yes. I can't help it. That's who I am. I'm an old man compared to you
Well-
guys.
What's your problem with X and Y, Matt?
It's another it's another Pokemon game.
What-
To me, Pokemon has been just like a lot of just kind of the issue I had with the Mario RPG stuff. And I think a lot of people have noticed it. And I think the people who I think everyone's noticed it, but the people who buy the games just choose to kind of ignore it and they're like, I don't really care about it. Like the fact that when you play, you're basically playing the same formulaic game that has been made.
For generation after generation.
It is the same formula for it. They may have switched the Pokemon, but they kept the same exact formula on how they did everything. So
Yeah.
They
so much
switched the Pokemon.
They have.
yeah, but now they're like, did you see the Pokemon in black and white? I don't know. They kind of look like I'm afraid they're gonna make like refrigerator Pokemon
Wait,
now because
No.
Don't hate on Oshawott. Oshawott was amazing. The starter Pokemon in the water, he was
No.
boss.
I don't think any of the starter Pokemon.
No,
after
they had
the-
a pig. They had a pig for a starter Pokemon. If you don't like pigs, you can
I mean, eating
I
pigs.
like
that's one.
eating pigs.
you
I
can
like
leave the podcast
Yeah, like
if you don't.
eating pigs is
pig.
one thing, but like playing, I don't want to play as a pig. That's just like what?
No,
do
pigs,
you think?
I
pigs
just
are
use
great.
butt slap all the time? Yeah, no, that's not what I'm gonna do.
Pigs are great. Don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, don't you have like a okay, I thought you had like a. Don't you have like a pet pig, or is that someone else?
Oh, I wish, man. If I had a pet pig, I'd be like the happiest person.
If I had a pet pig.
I think everyone does a little bit, even if you don't like pigs.
I'd eat it. To be honest, that's the only problem. I'll raise it to be eaten. And that's probably quite a cruel note for me to say that. Yeah.
Well, what else would you raise a baby pig for? No,
Be your friend.
that's not.
That's quite depressing.
It's not Charlotte's Web, okay? We're not living in a fantasy realm.
Who's going to be the spider?
Pigs actually make really good pets. They're really smart, so.
Yeah, but back on topic, I guess.
we can
Yeah,
somehow don't really know how we can segue out of that. Let's
Speaking of pigs,
We got Farmville.
speaking of pigs, we have
Farm-
we have going into the news. Timegate. Those are the developers behind the latest game, Aliens: Colonial Marines. The whole studio shut down. They filed for bankruptcy, and
Way!
everybody was laid off. Which
Well, that game
That's
is pretty
not
terrible.
hooray. It's like the anti-hooray.
That's hooray.
It's
uh,
anti-hooray.
Congratulations, you lost your job. Hip hooray for poverty.
Oh no.
I mean,
Like, I don't know. I mean, I understand the game was bad,
Yeah,
and I'm a scathing critic of games.
but people lose their
I
jobs.
like to keep
bad.
it that way.
Yeah.
But
People
no matter how bad a game is, like I don't really have an issue like other than with the develop. Like I mean, I might say like, what were you thinking when you were developing this game? But I wouldn't say like you deserve to not have a job, not
No,
make
it's
any sort of income
yeah,
at all.
pretty bad.
'Cause that's just like you did such a terrible job. You deserve to just starve. Like no, I don't really think that.
Wow,
okay.
that's extreme. That's extreme. However, if this was the War Z developers, then I would say yes, you do deserve to starve.
Well, War Z is different.
War Z is
because-
different. They're money scrounging.
But I don't think it's the developer's fault because the developers don't really control what the studio could have told them,
Yeah.
you know,
Whoever was
to
the
make it, and the developers don't have a choice because they work.
who are the people? Like the creative strategists or something? Is that what they're called? They're the people who basically came up with the cash shop.
Yeah. The thing is,
So
like,
so let's fire them.
you basically have to have someone high up in corporate that says, "Hey, I want this done." Like, you don't have a developer saying, "Oh, I just want to do this," you know. Like, it's usually
True.
someone in corporate saying, "We could profit off of
Doing
making
this.
a DayZ ripoff by basically just using our engine from a game we currently already have out."
Tractors. What was it? What games did they make? Before that, it was some kind of big rigs, wasn't it?
No, they made oh my god,
The DayZ
It
or
was-
the
it-
War Z developer?
The War Z people.
it was
yeah.
War Z, and they made a
I'm sure it's
and
big
if-
rigs.
what's it called? It's a free MMO, or not an MMO, but it's a free shooter online game. I can't remember what it's called.
It was bad. Whatever it was bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. The website's nice though. You gotta give them credit for the website.
Yeah, well, that's what they seem to be good at, is making things look fancy and then being very, very bad.
Overselling, underproducing,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah.
Well, I wish them luck. I wish luck to the people who lost their jobs.
Yes, those at the Alien Colonial Marines.
It
Yes.
seems like we're in a situation in like the gaming industry where like you can kind of like you have some companies that just don't want to risk anything and make literally like the same games year in and year out, and then you
Call
have
of Duty.
Pokemon, and then you have like, the
Wait,
developer-
wait, hold the phone. Did you just compare Pokemon
Call
to
of Duty.
Call of Duty?
I would like to say that Pokemon, the X
Uh,
and Y, is going full 3D this time around. It looks amazing.
Call of Duty's already in 3D, so
No,
they went that
yeah,
route. Call of
they're-
Duty already went
yeah.
that route. I have to agree with Matt
Yeah.
on the fact that it's basically the same
As a-
game every
Okay,
time.
Pokemon.
It's
They
bi-
Don't
expand-
talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the
don't let your
difference Call of
nostalgia-
Duty releases with new multiplayer maps, new guns, new stuff like that every year. Pokemon releases with a new world to explore, new Pokemon. It's kind of like the
Okay,
same
but
thing.
it's a new world.
They-
It's a new.
There's a whole new world out there, you know.
Call of Duty, you
Yeah.
get new maps to play on. What's the difference?
Yeah, but
It's a whole
Call
new
of
world.
Duty.
Yet you have to
Call
walk
of
through the
Duty-
grass to find
Here's the
random
difference. Here's the
Pokemon.
difference. Call of Duty keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Pokemon,
Thank
yes,
you.
okay, the original like generation was probably the best, but it's not like getting continually worse. It's just kind of like it went down a little bit, and now it's just like the same level of greatness. So Pokemon's great. You can't hate on Pokemon.
Yes, you can.
No. Hating on if you want to hate on Pokemon, you know what you know where the hang up on is. Just leave this podcast.
I
Yes.
I'm not. I'm personally. I'm gonna throw. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I don't know. I'm personally not a fan of Call of Duty. Like I'm bored of it. I haven't played the game in years. But I don't see how people can say the game's getting worse when every year it sells
same.
more. It sells more
No,
than the
no,
previous year.
No, no,
It's
no, no, no,
odd.
no,
The
because
amount of players the
I
game has is obviously growing on a yearly basis.
I
It's not getting worse.
played this Call of Duty game. I don't know which one it is because I didn't really care about it. I was playing Call of Duty with some friends, and every single gun worked like a shotgun. But the shotgun then worked like nothing else. Like everything worked like the shotgun, and then the shotgun worked like a rifle because it could shoot like ridiculous distances. So all I had to do was sit there with a shotgun and just shoot people. If they came close, I could still shoot them though. But if they were far away, I could shoot them as well. It didn't make
720
any
no
sense.
scope. 720 no scope.
I think I think I'd have to disagree with that. If you're saying Call of Duty because of balance issues in the multiplayer, because
I think
I don't know.
personally, I think Call of Duty has probably the most balanced multiplayer system out there.
I think it's
have a-
honestly it doesn't. I've seen so many people use so many different guns in Call of Duty. Everyone
Okay.
calls guns OP, but at the end of the day, in Call of Duty, it is a game based on reaction time.
That's
If
true,
you can
yeah.
react
Yes.
faster than the other dude, you will kill him. It
Usually.
doesn't
Okay,
matter.
Usually.
Call of Duty might be balanced, but it sacrifices skill levels. Because anyone can sit there, pick up Call of Duty, be their first FPS, and they will be good at Call of Duty. Because it's just so easy, the game. That's why it's boring. Like, you
Because
just sit
there's
there.
ladder stalls. There's a bunch of actually like Chandler. Don't you have a cousin I believe that plays
Yes, I do.
competitive?
Yeah.
He plays competitive Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, professional. He plays. He plays in paid tournaments for Call of Duty 4 and Black Ops 2.
The thing is, it's not like your reaction time is the key thing for Call of Duty. But when everyone has the same amount of reaction time, or when people
The game would be
when they
equal.
hone it,
Pretty much.
you start to develop little tricks. Like I only know like ladder stall is like one of the terms I've heard a lot. But like certain tricks are developed to enhance kind of like your way to deal with people. Like I know that a strat that people use is when they find someone what they do is they duck, so that they lower their hitbox.
Yeah.
Which is always a good idea.
So like
Always a good
there
idea.
is a little bit of there's strategy involved in it. Now obviously not a lot of people are gonna use the strategy.
But
a lot of people just be like, hey,
thing
you know,
with
I'm
Call
just
of
gonna go around
Duty-
shooting stuff.
The thing with Call of Duty is I would just rather play like Halo 3 or Halo 2 as multiplayer, because with that game, there's at least armor. There's at least something different about the guns. You'd sit there and it's like, man,
Yeah, because
what-
every single gun takes 300 shots to kill somebody.
I
So
don't
all you want to do is
care.
go
It
either the
was
shotgun or the sniper, which are basically the
different.
best guns in the
It
game.
was
Uh.
different because you
Because
didn't just sit
shotguns
there and
one
it's
hit
like,
kill
I don't
someone,
know
and
what this
snipers
gun
were
is,
literally
but I
easy as
can
heck to kill.
guarantee that this gun is gonna be good, even though I don't know what the gun is. That wasn't what Halo was about. Halo, man, like the
It's okay. Here's how I played Halo 3. Either you A, get the shotgun, B, get the sniper rifle, C, get the what's it called, the energy sword, or D, die. Those were your 4 options.
no. No, I wouldn't play with the shotgun all the time. Shotgun was my favorite because shotguns are awesome. I wouldn't play with the shotgun all the time. I would play with pistol. I'd play single pistol all the time, and I could kill people with the energy sword and the sniper and the shotgun because it wasn't just about the guns, and it wasn't just about shooting people in that game. There was strategy, a small amount of strategy involved because it's an FPS. So there isn't a lot of strategy. That's all.
Quake's better though. If you're gonna talk about strategy,
Okay,
if
no,
you're
no.
gonna-
I like Quake.
Quake is
I
like Halo but better. Come on now, seriously.
I like. It's okay. I like Quake. We can agree on
No,
that.
I
it's
got old
better.
Quake.
Legitimately better when it comes to strategy.
Oh, I love
I
Quake.
haven't
not
played
lie.
Quake, I haven't played Quake a huge amount, but I do like Quake a lot whenever I played it. So I will agree that Quake was a good game. But I'm just saying, like, Halo was fun and better than Call of Duty because even though
Halo
it was really
to me was only
it was-
fun because you could have custom
it
games. Other than that,
frustrating. It was really
I
frustrating.
would never want to
the
play
whole
I would
game.
never play Halo by myself. It just doesn't. It's never
Why
fun.
not? Played Halo 3's campaign like a bajillion times over.
Yeah, because I love shooting small aliens. 5
I
times.
do as well.
Yeah, I do too. Maybe that's why I enjoy it. So, you know, whatever then. Whatever. It's fun.
Okay. Good talk. Good
moving
talk.
moving out of this, Sony has come out and said that they do not they 100% do not anticipate a loss for the PlayStation 4.
Like a loss in sales.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they think the sales are going to be a complete like surplus. They won't be selling it.
But the thing is, they said anticipated. That doesn't mean.
I actually think that's gonna be. I think their statement is true because the thing is,
Well, it
You
all comes down
have-
to pricing though. Who's gonna the
does.
leak came out to Kotaku saying that their sources said they're gonna be selling it for 2 different models, one at 429, one at 529. I don't see how a brand new console is gonna sell
I'd
very
buy
well
one
for
for
$400. I mean, I'm just saying it's a lot of money. That's a lot. I mean, I'll probably buy one, but I don't see. I don't know.
Depends on how it's done, really, isn't it?
Yeah. What were you gonna say earlier, Matt? Though.
I was saying that the thing is, with the PS4, I think their statement. I wouldn't count that statement as false just yet. I honestly think that statement could be true because
If you blame the Wii U, oh my gosh, I will.
I'll blame the
I'm not
Digi.
blaming the Wii U, but I'm going to say something. Don't start an argument. I'm
Oh,
just
no.
saying something.
Oh
okay?
no.
Because the Wii U.
Oh no, here we go.
Okay, I'm not saying the Wii U is a bad console. I am literally going off statistics that have been given by Nintendo. Has announced that the Wii U sales were less than expected.
And they are
Okay.
selling at a loss. I'll just throw that out
Exactly. So
Okay,
off
no,
that
they are.
data, off that data that I've gotten, okay, you can see that now things could be claimed. The thing about the Wii U, okay, you can point to numerous things. In my opinion, I think that people weren't willing to pay the amount of money for the Wii U without, I don't know, some kind of guarantee of some sort for okay, for example, the PS4 is going to have Watch Dogs when it comes out, which is really, really hyped right now. Like, lots of people are excited for Watch Dogs, so that's a huge game for the PS4 to come out with. I think probably on its release because the Watch Dogs is coming out in November. So it's all about if the PS4 can clinch like a launch title like that, people will buy it.
That's true.
Like, why would you want to play? It's like you have these old kind of consoles that you had for years. There's this new shiny PS4. It can play Watch Dogs. It looks incredible. You know, blah blah blah. I mean, people bought the iPhone 5 even though there wasn't that many changes between the iPhone 4S and the iPhone 5 because it was new, because it was shinier, because it was just.
That's why I have an iPhone
it was
5.
the
The bigger
Exactly
screen,
why.
the
The
bigger
exact reason I have
screen
an
is
iPhone 5.
actually the bigger screen actually is really nice because this is like someone who went from like having like an iPod Touch to an iPhone 5, and the bigger screen is actually like super 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 nice. But there's no point in upgrading if you had like a 4 or 4S.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that out there. The bigger screen was really nice.
So, what I'm saying is, then, to use that kind of metaphor, it's like people wanting to upgrade from the PS3 to the PS4. The issue you had with the Wii's main sale, the Wii, was the main sales marketing was to families. That's what their commercials were targeted to. You know, we would like to play, and the Japanese man want to play with the family. You know, that was their marketing
Japanese man.
for the Wii. That is what their demographic was, families. Okay. The thing is, I don't think families want to really.
Stick
Some
together.
families don't want to pay a lot of money to upgrade their family console because they figure, hey, you know, the family game's a family game.
And
Now, in some cases, you know, there's exceptions, but I think that could be, you know, it could be argued that might be a reason for why the Wii U, because maybe the families didn't feel like, hey, I want to pay this much money plus the money for Nintendo Land, which is basically like a kind of a Wii Sports-esque. I mean, obviously it's more.
I don't
And
think
Wii Sport.
that's what is making the Wii U sales lack. I think it's the lack of the game lineup because, like, you know, Pikmin 3 was supposed to be out by now already. Pikmin 3 was going to be a release title, if I remember right. I could be wrong.
It
But they
was.
talked about Pikmin 3 being a release title.
Yeah.
And Pikmin 3 was exciting. Pikmin 3 is like, oh my gosh, they're making another Pikmin, and they might actually make the multiplayer right this time. And that would be like,
Pikmin.
And now it's coming out in August.
yeah, and now it's coming out in August. They had things like Animal Crossing was talked a lot about. They had all these really good titles that everyone really wants sequels to because they're good games and their sequels are good. But then all of a sudden,
that's lie. Okay,
all
Animal
of a sudden,
Crossing was good on the GameCube, but on the DS it was terrible.
no, it
End of
wasn't.
story.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
it was great on the DS. I love
Oh,
my DS Animal
get outta
Crossing.
here,
It is.
please.
Oh,
it
there
is
we go again.
so good.
Burn your DS right now.
Burn? That's a bit extreme.
Okay, no, but what I was saying, I want to keep on the topic of the argument. Okay, so now you yourself are saying that it's an issue of a lack of
No,
hit
it
games released on
definitely
Wii U.
is. The once the Wii U
Then
gets
the
these
PS4,
games out,
which will have Watch Dogs on release, plus who knows what else. I don't know, man. It could
There
sell.
the PS4 could sell, but the thing is, Sony is a greedy, freaking like.
Wow. Okay. So let's just.
Sony's up there with like EA on the greed stuff.
Let's not fanboy here or fangirl too much.
Oh, boy.
And then the thing is, there hasn't been a lot of exciting games besides this Watch Dogs game, which I haven't even looked into at all. Besides Watch Dogs,
Other than the new
or-
Final Fantasy game coming out,
or
which is
PlayStation 4.
exciting.
Okay, Final Fantasy isn't exciting anymore. Final Fantasy 6, yeah, it's exciting. You know what? Kefka's theme, that's exciting. All those old Final Fantasy, that's exciting. Final Fantasy is just like, oh my gosh, another Final Fantasy. Can I just like?
to the people who aren't rabid, like, okay, the people who buy Final Fantasy 13 are the people who are like, I don't care, I love Final Fantasy, I want another. Those are the people who buy those games, not people who are like, oh
Okay,
man, you know,
but the
not
people
another
who
Final
are,
Fantasy.
the people who are rabid about Final Fantasy, not every single one of them is going to have enough
Oh,
money to
dear
buy
me.
a console and a new game.
But still, I say the Wii U. Right to the Wii U here. People haven't been buying it because they seem to get confused, from my experience, about comparing it to the Wii all the time. They keep comparing it to the Wii, thinking, "Oh, that's just the Wii upgrade."
That is
That's all they keep thinking about. And
Basically,
no,
it's like
it's
a
not.
Wii with
It's
a
not
touchscreen.
It's not a Wii upgrade. The
It is-
problem is the
It's
Wii
basically a Wii
had this
upgrade.
one commercial. The Wii had the tennis commercial, and once you saw the tennis commercial, you're like, I understand the Wii. That makes so much sense. The Wii U didn't have that commercial. The Wii U, they're sitting there playing with the gamepad, and you're just like, what is
Yeah,
this
I'm-
system
Like,
even
'cause
about?
I get really
Basically-
confused because when they do commercials for, like, I don't know, any other game console, and they're sitting there pressing the buttons, I can't tell if they're actually like, using the controllers or they're just trying to, like, I don't know, like arm wrestle or thumb wrestle the controllers or something. I don't even know what's happening
no, but
when
main
they do
problem
these
is that
commercials.
most of these commercials,
I
Wii
can't
do,
tell. It's just honestly.
they're using
mean-
the Wii controllers with it as well, and that's what confuses the people
Yeah.
because they.
I think a lot of people would rather use the Wii controllers than the Wii
Yeah.
U.
No, because the Wii controller is comfortable.
Says you're the only person I have ever in my.
No, you know, you heard my
Well, if it's a-
sister say that it was
said it.
comfortable. You heard my sister say it was comfortable. I
Dad
will
said it
go
wasn't.
around. Okay, my dad was just being my dad. He does that all the time. And I will go and ask like my mom and my other sister because they're home now, and I will go ask them if they're
Oh, no.
comfortable right now on this podcast
Don't.
just for you.
Don't. No, actually, yes, please.
Okay, so Total 2 Rome. Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, dear.
Tra- Transitioning
Oh,
to that.
Segue.
Segue.
Say you're suffering. You're
We'll
suffering.
just
from change.
abruptly bring that to an end. Yeah.
Wait,
We have any Total
Do
War
that different
fans
news.
here. Rome 2 was given a release date for September 3rd. You can pre-order it, and if you pre-order it, you can it'll unlock the factions of a bunch of different Greek factions like Sparta, Athens, Macedonia. You'll be able to play those versus having to unlock them in the game. They'll just already be unlocked for you. And then there's a collector's edition as well, which is pretty cool.
I think me will have a game one day. No.
I don't understand what Total Rome or Total War is. Like,
You've never played a Total War
it-
game?
it's
Never played one.
new.
Well, how should we explain this?
Okay, wait a minute. We have to pause the discussion. We have to pause.
No,
Okay,
no,
Jessica,
no, we're going back to Total.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we've got to hear this.
Is the Wii U gamepad controller comfortable?
Here we go again.
Is it comfortable?
I can't
Just
hear
answer
her.
the question.
I can't hear
Yes. She says it's comfortable. My mom hasn't actually used it, so I couldn't ask her. That's all.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Amazing.
You've heard it here, folks. Two people say the Wii U controller is comfortable. Why is the Wii U not selling?
I will start interview. You know,
statistics don't lie to you,
I
but
was outside the
don't
EB Games
lie.
the other day.
If-
I was outside EB Games the other day, and I saw they were busy, but I was gonna go in and actually ask them if they thought the Wii U gamepad was comfortable.
Okay, listeners, if you too agree to that the Wii U controller is comfortable, or you don't think it's comfortable, be sure to comment in the comment section of the website that will this will post stuff. And
Also, if you think the Wii U controller is comfortable, please be sure to also link any sort of brain damage you've received in the past couple of months.
Oh my!
oh, there we go. Okay,
Let's
to
jump
Total
back to
War.
Total War.
Total War.
Basically, what Total War is, it's a turn-based strategy game that also combines like real-time tactical control, like battles, resource management, stuff like that. And like you take control of like a faction. Say you want to be Rome, so you take over Rome. You'll have like your cities in Italy and stuff, and then you can build up armies, manage an economy and stuff. And then you basically just expand your empire, and like you'll move into, the more cities you have, the bigger your empire, obviously, and stuff like that. But it's pretty fun.
Uh-huh.
It's really addicting. You should definitely try it out. I mean, a bunch of the games have been on sale lately for like $3, so like the older ones. So
Ooh.
it's
I don't
definitely.
know, it's a lot of. I don't have that much of a disposable income at the moment.
I mean,
You know what else is addicting? How comfortable the Wii U gamepad controller is.
oh. You know what else is uncomfortable?
No, I don't think that's true.
This podcast, every time I am part of it. That's how this is. Oh,
So
there we go.
So guys, did you know that Capcom was disappointed with their sales numbers for 2012?
Well, wait, now let's stop this here for a moment.
Gee willikers.
Last podcast, we had Square Enix saying they're disappointed with the current sales numbers they had,
Yeah.
right? And
No,
now this
Capcom.
week, we have Capcom.
Hey, well,
Dang it.
here's the confusing part.
Next week,
Here's the
it'll be
confusing.
EA. Version-
So, well, yeah, next week it'll be. No, EA has sold extremely well, but we will get to that later in the podcast. But so Capcom's sales numbers for 2012 or went up 14.6% when compared to the previous year. But their net income dropped by over 55% compared to the previous year. So like they did terrible as a company in terms of. But Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil game, sold 4.9 million copies.
Speaking of Capcom games, I'm playing one right now, aren't I?
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma was actually one of their biggest titles, but none of their games really sold too well.
No.
So they're
Yeah.
pretty upset about that.
Capcom was
Someone
one of the-
should go back to making Mega Man games.
Yeah, but the last time we've discussed that, or last time I've been discussing that with someone.
Who's the makers of the old Contra games? Do you guys remember those? Contra? For
Yeah, I remember
Nintendo?
Contra. I just don't know.
I'm such an old.
Well, I
man.
don't remember it.
Was that
specifically 'cause I
Capcom?
wasn't-
Well, apparently, they're making a new Contra game. Like it was teased at E3 a year or two ago, but we've never heard anything since. I think it's Capcom. I don't know though. Not a very big Contra fan. I just thought I'd throw that out there if there's anybody here. But going back to Matt, you were playing WoW earlier, weren't you? You were.
Oh dear. Don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
it was.
sorry to tell you, but WoW has lost over 1.3 million subscribers in just 3 months.
Oh wait.
Just
is that,
3
that
months.
little?
What?
Really?
That little?
That
Oh.
Where have they
they
where
lose
have they
over
got
a
this?
million
God.
players in just 90 days.
Yeah.
That is huge. That is a huge loss. In
it
terms
is,
of the
but
money. Okay,
the thing-
take 1 million and then multiply
much
that
is
by
this?
$15 a month. That is a ton of money. That is like a big. That's a,
that is
they're gonna ha-
$10.
what? That's a lot of money
Multiply
that
that
they're gonna have to try to shift
like-
around to like future budgets and stuff like that. They dropped from 10 million subscribers.
Okay,
Eight
but WoW still gets like 8 million times 15 or whatever. You know, they still get so much money a
The
month. It
issue
doesn't really
is-
matter.
They're at a
It does
position
matter though because their budget
which-
things
yeah.
are there.
Yeah, they're gonna have to change their
You could
entire.
say they drop like $1 million, but like a lot of the times,
Okay,
like-
well, in the past year,
Think
WoW
about
has
WoW,
dropped
it's-
from. In 1 year, WoW has managed to drop from 12 million subscribers to 8 million. That 4 million people have stopped playing the game within 1 year. That's a lot.
See,
yeah,
Chanza
that's
told,
understandable.
McLean here told me earlier that Total War, the new Total War game, has about how much was it? 100.
It's close
Was
to
it
that. Yeah.
100? Yeah,
Compare
100 million.
the
Well, no,
previous. This has a
ridiculous.
yeah, the new Rome Total War game. I don't I don't know how we got into this, but um its budget is $40 million higher than the Shogun 2 Total War, which was the last biggest one. Which is the budget's close to 100 million, I believe. So it's
There you
pretty.
go.
Okay, what I was gonna say is, the thing about WoW as a game, it's been out for almost 10 years now. The thing about WoW is that it may not be something that Blizzard is doing wrong. More that the thing is, when people have played a game for years,
But yeah,
you
don't
get
that
bored.
routine. Yeah.
because it's still the same game. Like they're not gonna do something to WoW that make it completely different because it could potentially alienate a lot more fans than just 4 million.
It's
The
it's
thing
still
is-
the it's still the same game, but WoW always loses a few subscribers every year. Like it might not be in this drastic amount, but they always lose some subscribers each year because new MMOs start to come out, so they leave the game for like 2-3 months and go back to it.
Yeah, WoW tends to have fluctuations, being the highest one because you have people who either you do have the people who aren't satisfied with new content, but you also have people who are like, I just don't feel like playing WoW anymore. You have people who are like, this other game looks kind of interesting, but I can't afford WoW and this, so I'm just gonna quit WoW for a little bit. Like people take WoW breaks.
You have
like, people just
parents
leave-
who are
Yeah,
nick you nick
Yeah,
they
like,
stop
I
their
can't
child
afford WoW, like,
subscription.
there's a lot of reasons that could go into it. Like unless Blizzard released like, because obviously when you quit WoW, you were given an option of why you left. Unless Blizzard released like the why people like left, like the statistics of it, we won't really know for sure why people left. You know,
Guild Wars. Say Guild Wars.
No.
What?
not Guild Wars, not Guild Wars, anything but Guild Wars. Like
Why do you hate
RuneScape.
Guild Wars so much? RuneScape's pretty epic.
Dude.
Wait,
those were the days.
didn't like this new Defiance game or something come out? Like
Has
there's a
about
game
million.
based on
Yeah,
a
but
TV
it's
show.
actually that good.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know. It kind of doesn't. I watched my friend play it. and I was like,
It
Like,
could
I
be
wouldn't
better.
pay. I would never play monthly for that.
Yeah,
I
but it's
wouldn't.
free to play. So.
Yeah,
Well, not free to
Oh,
play,
is
you
it?
play.
It's, you buy it and then that's it really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The show is renewed for a second season too. While we're on that.
So, yeah,
topic.
I think basically their budget comes from the show.
I saw the commercial
So
for the
rude.
show and I wasn't impressed. But then I realized it was sci-fi and I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that.
It's a good show.
But it's sci-fi though. I
The
don't.
guy-
I, don't-
The main character has a whole hand
Wait,
solo.
wait. What do you have against sci-fi?
I didn't like. Star
You're referring
Wars,
to the
so-
channel sci-fi.
Oh
right?
my god.
What? You didn't
I don't.
like?
Oh
I
my
don't, I don't
god.
like. I don't like sci-fi themed movies.
See, at first, I'm telling you this, the whole guy has
Did-
a whole
did
hand
you-
solo theme going
did
on, and
you-
then you go like, you don't like Star Wars. Oh god.
Did you like Star Trek? You
No,
not 2009, old Star Trek.
I didn't like. Oh well, I liked old Star Trek just because it had William Shatner in it. But that was
Okay.
it.
Tim Shannon was a terrible actor.
Did you?
in that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you-
Benji, no, Benji.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Tell me, Matt, you've seen Wrath of Khan. You must. Did you see Wrath of Khan?
Well, considering I didn't like regular Star Trek, I would not see Wrath of Khan.
Mr. Spark.
Okay, then you have no right to judge Star Trek because Wrath of Khan is like that movie like blows your
So you mean when
mind
Spock dies?
and then it blows it again. Yeah, that is really sad. Okay, like if I'm tired enough, if you just like say that, I will start crying. That's like the saddest thing I've ever witnessed. Is
You know
when
what was
Spock
really
dies.
sad when that one chick died in Bridge to Terabithia. That was pretty sad.
No, not no. That is like not sad compared to when Spock dies. Like Spock, like honestly, like when he's like, you know,
But he
you-
doesn't look human, so I can't sympathize
No,
with that.
this isn't.
Wow.
He's
Wow.
got pointy ears. He's like an elf. Like I don't look at
Gosh.
I don't look at Link in like Legend of Zelda and be like, yeah, I'm Link, because I don't have pointy ears slash blonde hair.
So you're one of those stupid people that sits around and you don't like movies like V for Vendetta or The Dark Knight Rises or anything like that because the
I
movie characters have a mask on, so you can't relate, even though those characters are so beautifully acted that you can relate. Anyways, as long as you are a decent human being, which you are not, because you don't like you don't like Star Trek, and you don't like Star Wars, and you don't think Spock's death is sad, and that is just inhuman.
Can't just say
Oh,
Captain Picard.
okay.
all the way. I love Captain Picard.
On that note, we'll just move into the next news topic. So,
Oh, no.
whereas Capcom and Square Enix and all of them are losing money, Activision managed to pocket $4.6 billion in cash in the past year.
Ooh.
They're
Blizzard, you know. You know, the Blizzard subdivision. WoW is booming industry.
The subdivision.
And
Well,
then you got
Subdivision
the
is
and then you got the
Activision
Call of
Blizzard.
Duty, which Black Ops 2 made over $1 billion in 5 days. So that's huge.
What?
And you
Yeah.
had the new StarCraft.
In 5 days, Black Ops 2 made $1 billion. It was the biggest entertainment launch in history.
Oh wow. Why can't I get that money? Oh, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Dang. That is a ton of moolah.
It is.
I'm just waiting for another video games crash though. Like when we go into like a video game recession.
Hmm.
I'm waiting for it.
When
I'm
was
just
the
gonna
last
kill
crash?
myself.
Last crash was 1983.
Okay. Let's
No, seriously, that was before the
We're
NES
already
came
on-
out. I learned this the other day.
Oh dear.
And then the people who also another interesting news piece that came out this week was the co-developers for the game Watch Dogs is going to be announcing their own game at E3 this year. Nothing else besides that. The studio is called Reflections and they're based in the UK, man.
What
So-
if they were
And then I'm gonna have to
just
take a look at
announcing
this.
like Watch Dogs DLC, and this is just like a late April Fool's joke?
What? A late April Fool's joke?
What?
That's just going to be cruel. Oh, they've set it up to be early.
Yeah, but
all for
it
next
would
year.
honestly be great.
That would be pretty good if it was prepared all for next year and go, April Fools! Go, oh,
Have they
That means that'll
announced
be-
like pre-order bonuses and stuff for Watch Dogs yet? I don't think they have.
I don't think so. No,
I was gonna say
they
maybe
haven't.
you'll get like I don't know. For some reason, I'm just thinking of like how EA did like pre-order Battlefield 3. You get to go into the what was that? I think it wasn't like you pre-order Battlefield 3, got into the beta
You got
for
special.
Medal of Honor
Yeah.
Warfighter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I had that and I never really used it.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe pre-order
Why would I
Watch
want to go to
Dogs.
Medal of Honor or Battlefield?
pre-order
Again,
Watch
Medal of Honor's
Dogs.
much better.
Yeah. Well,
I had some good memories from Medal of Honor.
okay. From the original ones?
They- Yeah,
Not the new
Allied
one.
Assault.
The new ones
Oh,
are
just so.
terrible.
Yeah, Allied Assault had some good memories.
They
Freeze tag multiplayer. Oh, those were fun. Freeze tag. You could use the actual heat beam. You don't reveal who you are. You could use it as a laser sight to help you kill people. Great. Oh, that's if you're still about it anyway.
Well, speaking of Battlefield 3, man, 3.5 million people are currently subscribed to the premium service for the game,
I am one of them.
and it's made over $120 million in revenue since it launched. Didn't that launch in like January or something like that?
Oh, a while back.
Wow, was it before January? Because I'm pretty sure the premium, like the physical copy called Battlefield 3 Premium, released in
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What
Investigate
bonuses
that.
do you get from getting premium?
You get all the future DLC packs free and all the current ones free. And I think you pay like $50 up front and
Yeah. So basically, it is a cheap route of getting to the highest level. Anyway.
well, I mean,
You
if
don't
you're
have
one
to
of those
stop.
players who buys all the map packs, you're gonna be spending probably around $100.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it's basically like I
Basically,
get it.
no, it's not really
It's a
painful.
sucker campaign, gotcha.
Yeah.
No offense, but it's like
I've already worked my way up to the higher levels anyway before then, so it's fine.
I don't know, it just feels like with those new services, it just creates that feeling of obligation, or well, not really obligation, but like it just kind of like you're like, oh, you know, I just want all the map packs. I just want to play this game, and it's kind of like similar to like when you pre-order a game, you're like, I really want the game, but like I mean, you don't really put a lot of money into pre-ordering, but like you get they throw all these like neat incentives at you, so that you want to buy the game, and it doesn't cost them any money to do it. They throw all these like in-game items and stuff, and you're like, ooh, that looks neato, and you feel like you're like invested into it, and you're like, I might as well just get it. I already pre-ordered it.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, when you're
I
playing,
feel like-
it works for other games like what was it? The Walking Dead for Telltale's. That was
amazing.
that was a developer, right? Telltale's.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They were-
they had the season pass where you paid like $30 or something,
It was
and you
cheaper.
got
It was cheaper.
it was yeah, well, yeah, you pay the money up front, and then you get all the future episodes free versus paying maybe like $30 more if you're gonna buy them all individually. But like
But
that works
it's
because
better for the studios because it's guaranteed. Like, if you buy it, they know that you're literally like that's guaranteed money. Like, because when they release a new DLC, you know, they have to put more. They have to actually put money and work into that. They're not like. I mean, the fan base is big enough for the game. Obviously, the DLC is going to sell. But I mean, there's always a little bit of uncertainty, and just selling it the DLC up front, like a season pass, is better because I mean, people think it's a better deal, but in reality, it's just like, okay, we're literally getting guaranteed money for this.
Yeah.
Because like,
Stop making me not waste money anymore for game developers.
I don't really, I don't like
Yeah.
any sort of DLC at all.
Well, the way the Walking Dead one worked was because obviously you needed different episodes, so you can get the full story.
Oh wait, you had to pay for more episodes.
Yeah.
That's actually really stupid.
But it was,
Wait,
they
wasn't
were
it like
cheap.
$5 an episode?
Yeah. So basically,
So
you're paying for the full game.
You
You're
have
paying
to
for the full
pay
game.
to get the full game because
Yeah.
they couldn't just.
No,
make-
but think about it this way, right? You're paying for the full game for $30. That's pretty much a normal price, isn't it?
But you're not even
Uh,
getting the full story. So
well,
you're paying for
when
half
you
the-
when you add two and two together though,
Yeah.
say the season pass is $30, then you pay
Yeah.
for the game $30 to pay the other $30. That's $60. That's basically the price. That's the price of what Battlefield is, and then they're charging
Wait,
you another. 50 for-
Yeah.
It's not the price. It's the principle of we can just make a like who's to say you can't just make a game that's half finished and then DLC the rest of it in, but then charge the same price eventually. Like, will people really start to care? Like, people got mad because they had for I can't remember what there was a new fighting game that was coming out, and they had on disc DLC it was already on the disc, but you couldn't play it because it
Oh
was
yeah,
locked.
I remember that. Yeah, it was
I
really.
can't,
I
I can't
think-
remember what game that was.
I
But
think-
the thing is, like, it feels like they already made it for the game. You know, like, isn't the point of DLC that like the creators are adding new things to the game and you're paying more? Like, it's extras. It's not
Yeah.
something that's core to the game. If it's already on the disc, okay, isn't it something that you've already meant to be in the game? Like, it's meant to be experienced with the game.
I think
like-
it was on Resident Evil. I think it was Resident Evil 6 had that, didn't it? On disc.
It probably had that as well.
Yeah.
I know Capcom. Yeah, Capcom
Cap-
was doing it.
Capcom
Yeah.
do it a lot.
I think I don't know, it just feels like you're paying full price for 75% of the game, and then the rest of the game gets unlocked through DLC, and you're just like, yay, I get to play the rest of the game, which I would have gotten if they wouldn't have tried to use it to make more money. But it's different for Battlefield because it's new maps, and new maps means God knows what.
New maps means more money spent, apparently.
I guess more hours played.
You
because
could
don't have
you could
to
say
look
the
at
same thing for games like WoW though. You're paying $15 a month for content. Yeah, for content that's
No, I'm
not coming out.
I
for-
don't play for the content. I'm paying to kill
play.
noobs.
Kill noobs. You're paying. In
Yeah.
fact, you're paying more money than the ones for these DLCs.
True facts. True facts. I don't know. If there was a game that was better than WoW, I'd play it, but there isn't. So I'm not.
Wow.
I've played other MMOs. None of them have anything close to the true tried and tested methods that like Blizzard has put into like this game. Like the amount of development hours that have been put in like behind the scenes to kind of polish WoW to what it is now. Like you can argue that WoW is a game that looks like it was made in like 1995, and it does. Now that I'm flying around.
How can you argue that? The game looks like it's not like the most amazing looking game, but it still looks fine. It's better than having a game like EverQuest 2 that looked pretty good when you put it on full, but no computer can basically run that game with full graphics because of whatever they did to it.
Until
This
today.
is
and
full
until these
graphics,
days.
and
yeah.
it still looks terrible. Like
Okay.
I'm not saying like I'm saying the thing is they've polished what WoW like they polished the formula because WoW is based on a formula like Pokemon, like Call of Duty. It's formulaic, and they've polished that formula more than any other MMO company. So to compete with WoW,
I think Rift is
have
the
to
most
have
polished
have to have an
MMO.
MMO that has been literally polished for years. to really come close to it, because to think that no MMO is going to come out and literally beat WoW in like a month. It's going to take a little bit to dethrone a game that's as big as WoW. I'm not saying no game will. A game will eventually. I'm waiting for it, but it hasn't happened yet.
Titan.
And it won't happen. It won't happen for a long time because a lot of people are getting lazy now.
Yeah.
Do you think
It's obviously
Blizzard's
very
next
cool.
MMO Titan will be the one?
No.
Honestly, it would be
Probably-
smart for Blizzard to dethrone themselves, because
I don't think Titan's gonna dethrone it because they're probably gonna come out with something like pay like $25 a month and you get both MMOs, or pay this much and you get them for a year. They're not just gonna discard World of Warcraft because they're coming out with a new MMO because they put a lot of time
well, they
into
did
it.
kind of discard like
No,
the
it's like Square Enix. They haven't
Warcraft
discarded
series
discarded
for
stuff
World
yet.
of Warcraft.
They haven't discarded.
Warcraft, the strategy games weren't obviously pay to play, but the thing is they kind of threw those away. Like they're not making any more like Warcraft strategy games because they saw WoW, because they made WoW. Like Blizzard isn't hesitant to throw away things that.
But that
that aren't
doesn't mean that they'll never make another game. I mean, they made a Diablo 3 after quite a long time, and they made a StarCraft
So many
2.
people were asking for it, and
And-
because they said they would a long time ago.
And it was terrible.
Yeah, but they might make a
Yes,
Warcraft.
thank you. You have some sense. Yes, you
It was
scored a
terrible.
respect point.
It was really bad.
Yeah, here we go.
I mean, honestly, the way the gameplay was for that, people are going to rage so hard. Is that comparing it to Diablo 2?
Okay,
It
no,
wasn't-
let's not.
it
let's not
wasn't-
do that.
Diablo
wasn't-
2 was a lot better.
Diablo 2 wasn't good either. No.
Diablo 2 was a lot better than Diablo 3.
But it wasn't.
It's just the whole thing that ruined Diablo 3 was the cash shop.
Which they shut
Really?
down now.
The auction thing, which then they did shut down. They did improve a few little things, but then it didn't feel right.
I
The
think
game just doesn't feel right.
they closed the auction houses down recently too. They're like offline now.
For good.
Yeah,
Hey,
for the time being at least.
Yeah, for the time
Hey.
being.
McLean, can you kick Matt out of the call for saying that Diablo 2 was a bad game?
Well, if you want me to, I could say Diablo 1 was worse.
I never played Diablo 1 a lot. I remember playing
What-
Diablo 2 a lot. So.
Oh man. Do we have any SimCity fans here in the podcast? No.
I could be if you need me to play devil's advocate.
I like SimCity. SimCity's
There we go.
cool.
My favorite thing about SimCity was the always online DRM.
Oh, please don't say that.
I kind of thought I have a fast internet connection, and if you losers don't, I mean that's shame on you.
Wow, it never connects for anyone.
It's
I haven't-
2013, okay? If you have 100 kilobyte download speed, that's not my fault.
No, it actually literally never connected for anyone, even with those who had fast internet connection speeds.
Yeah.
I
You know
haven't-
what? That was
'Cause-
EA's way of saying, hey, go outside for a little bit, then you can get on.
Wow.
Amazing.
You know,
I-
EA is trying to promote healthy exercise and healthy living styles.
I
okay?
never
Lifestyle.
tried. I didn't
Oh my-
try SimCity 5 because of what I heard about it. But I mean, I played like the older
What?
SimCities. They were fun. SimCity 5 isn't that the new SimCity that came out? I mean, I don't know where the numbers are.
well, they just announced SimCity 4, which was what we were gonna get into.
Oh.
We aren't at 5 yet.
Oh.
She's going
No,
ahead.
no,
She's going
I'm
way
just-
ahead. This is our
I'm
future
just a
podcast.
time traveler, you know.
This is our future
Oh,
podcast.
yeah.
I thought it was the fifth one.
Battlefield 5 is coming out next year,
Uh-huh.
and that's all good.
Yeah. Well, EA has announced SimCity 4, and they also came out with the sales numbers saying that the always online SimCity, despite the controversy, has sold 1.6 million copies since it released 3 months ago.
How many of those were
Okay.
returned?
Okay. I have a question. I thought the SimCity that just came out. I thought that was SimCity 4. Is that not SimCity 4?
No, it's just called SimCity.
It is SimCity. It is the only SimCity game you'll ever need to play in your entire life.
Because you won't say
I'm
nothing.
not gonna lie, I didn't play the game, but I think, in my opinion, I don't really care about always online DRM because you'll always find people who are smart enough to get around that. So if you don't want to do it, you'll just find like a website of like someone who can like crack the code and make it so that you can just, I don't know.
There was another
Get
problem
past
with the
it.
RM though. There is another problem with the RM. If you do manage to get to play the game, and you have a whole bunch of other people around you playing a game, and it's all fine. Eventually, one of those is going to go, and they're going to neglect their city at that point. There's going to be some kind of problem that goes wrong, and all your people are going to go over to their city to try and take care of the problem constantly, which means your city will get neglected, and it just turns out into a massive mayhem.
Well, sometimes mayhem is actually kind of fun.
It is fun. There's a never-ending cycle that you won't be able to ever fix.
Well, concluding our big
Fine.
week of news, EA came out and also said that the FIFA 13 has sold 14.5 million copies to date,
Ooh.
and it has made over $200 million over the course of the past year.
It has been a very big game.
It has.
Every year everyone buys FIFA. People love to play each other in that game every time. I myself love a bit of FIFA.
I'm not a big
I'm
soccer
terrible at
fan,
this.
but I love FIFA. I don't know why, but
Because you're a normal human being, aka an American human being.
soccer's not a popular sport in America, though.
Yes, I'm English.
Because we know what real sports are. We have men in tight outfits with shoulder pads and helmets that run at each other in a field, holding balls in their hands, to try not to get concussions.
Okay.
And
What we do.
and they don't. Unlike the ones apparently in England who are more manly because they don't wear protection when they do this game.
Yeah, also, rugby players have like no teeth, so.
But funny enough, they're really well spoken compared to football players or soccer players.
Yeah, but I can't understand what they're saying. So well spoken to you is gibberish to me.
Yes, correct. You never understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a really, really, really extremely heavy accent.
Oh no, they're really.
Plus the
yeah,
fact,
they're
that
posh.
they are they're missing teeth plus a heavy accent. Come on.
They're really posh. I don't know how
Posh.
it's possible. They're really posh.
Dang. They're like gentlemen. They have like a mid game tea session
Cool.
halfway through.
Of course, you need that. It's the only way to keep going in life. In England, bit of tea, bit of Earl Grey.
Earl Grey. Come on, man. You gotta brew your own tea. Ground up the tea they're using.
Yeah, that's what he was saying about FIFA.
Yeah. Yeah. So FIFA. It's a popular game. Popular game.
Yeah,
It's worth it.
yeah.
Worth it.
Is it Digibytes recommended?
Yeah.
Also, I think we should have EA as a sponsored Digibyte game company of the month. That's just my opinion, though.
You know what? It won't be EA.
I do not.
EA
back that.
is okay. EA made Harry Potter Quidditch for the GameCube. Okay, they literally have a free ride.
And on that note,
and-
we're going to wrap up the podcast. Thank you. Where can you guys be followed on Twitter if you have one? Or what's the best way to get in touch with you guys? I'm personally on Twitter. Probably one of the better ways to get in touch with me. At McDrizzle. McDrizzle.
Well, I am not Nickel Knight, or at Nickel Knight on Twitter. I'm actually at Knight Nickel, I found out. Yeah, I'm at Knight Nickel. Nickel.
So you've been following the wrong person.
If anyone has been following me, then you've been following the wrong person this time. You followed some random French person, I think, or Spanish, I haven't really checked. Good job. He won't be saying much. He hasn't used his Twitter for quite a while.
Yeah. I have a Twitter. It is at themanman0 because I am the man. But I've really been posting a lot of juicy details about my opinions on video games. But if you want me to, I can start talking about how EA is the best company, Pokemon's going downhill,
Oh god.
the Wii U is going to lead to the eventual crash of the video games market, and I predict about 2014.
The Wii U controls are very uncomfortable.
All the
That's all gonna be on
juicy,
his
gaudy
Twitter, apparently.
news you want. I am basically the Gawker of Twitter. Or that's what I want to become. The Gawker of Twitter.
Amazing.
Obviously, it's a video game. 'Cause I'm pretty sure Gawker probably already has a Twitter.
Yeah.
Wait, that would make me Kotaku. Well,
Speaking of which, didn't we lose someone to Kotaku?
Oh yes, we did. What was this? Shane Roberts, a former video game news editor for the site. Now working at
Yeah.
Kotaku.
Yes. Big shout out to him.
Yeah.
Like,
And very well done. We never
I think
contracted it until now.
Kotaku can make some good articles, although they can also make some bad ones too. But that's basically every news site though out there that covers anything, except Digibytes. Digibytes always quality, everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's never been a bad article.
Never. Not once. Elena, do you have a Twitter?
No, I don't have a Twitter, but they can send me fan mail still
She
through
has-
april@digibytes.me, but that's it.
Yeah.
I like fan mail. Someone should send me fan mail.
I haven't checked if I have any fan mail actually.
Do we
Let me
know?
check.
Yeah, Ben's email is bstringer@digibytes.me if you want to get in contact with him. Mine's mtate@digibytes.me.
If I can figure out how to get to my email.
We will walk you
I
through
forgot-
this after the
As you
podcast.
can see, you're technological geniuses that you
We
come
are.
to respect on
We're very
No.
prepared
podcasts.
for anything you can throw at us.
And we will. We
We
can't.
are
even-
literally magicians
We are.
with technology.
We can get to our own emails quite easily because I can't actually find where it is now. It's it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Oh, you did find it.
I have found it.
Okay. And on that note, thank you for listening to the podcast, everybody. Please be sure to subscribe and leave some feedback. And if you want to get in touch with us, ask us questions, suggest some talking points, anything, you can email us at contact@digibytes.me. Thanks for listening.